All right. Welcome back to Eyes Open Media. Prophet John here. Hope you guys are doing well. Well, it's a sad day for people, the NBA family, and people who love the game of basketball, or people who love the game of sports in general, as we have found out that Kobe Bryant, the Lakers legend, the five-time NBA champion, okay, Lakers legend, Kobe Bryant has died. Okay, in a helicopter crash, according to TMZ, and ESPN has says that other people have were in the helicopter with him, but not his family members, so they were not with him, and so his wife and his children live on, and well, I guess they will hold up his memory, and as you can put there, my favorite lines: "Legends never die; they stay in our hearts." And so, yeah, Kobe Bryant was what he was 41 years old, and the interesting thing about this is that yes, it's a great loss to the NBA and the NBA family, and to sports people that love sports in general. The competitive nature Kobe Bryant had. It's a big loss to sports, right? He was one of the greatest ever to play the game, to touch a basketball, coming out of Philadelphia, and he lived abroad as well, and he spoke multiple languages, and yeah. So his daughters, one of his daughters is really into basketball, and she's going to be probably a nice high prospect in the future for the WNBA, because she knows how to ball. So it's going to be crazy now to see how she reacts to this and how she progresses now without that mentor, that Mamba mentality, which was Kobe Bryant, right? And so it's going to be interesting to see how she copes with this as she moves on. Does she play for her father and make him proud, or does she go the other way? It's hard for Hollywood teenagers and Hollywood women and men as kids to deal with deaths, and a lot of times they go into drugs and alcohol and just the wrong things. But hopefully she takes this and she sets a bar high and says, I'm gonna make my father proud. So that's one thing. And but one of the things I noticed, and I've noticed this for a long time, and I've spoke about this, and I remember when I first spoke about this, people were telling me, you're just nuts, you're just crazy, you're just overthinking. And I kept saying, why are people dying before award shows every year? Every single year. Sometimes they don't make it too obvious. This one was really obvious. This was really obvious because tonight's the Grammys, right? So, I mean, this one was really obvious. Whitney Houston was really obvious. And you can see here, Grammys award date, January 2020 at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, so this is too obvious, and of course they have the Illuminati pyramid right behind the music, because Satan runs the music industry and the acting industry and the movie, and I mean the movies, the music. Satan runs that industry, and so they put a pyramid everywhere. Is a pyramid or all-seeing eye or whatever the case may be. This was too obvious. Whitney Houston was also too obvious. Whitney Houston died February 11, 2012, the same day as the Grammys, February 12th, right, or the next day after the Grammys. So this was the 11th. This was the 12th, right, and the pre-Grammy celebrations were going on as she was dead in the bathtub underneath. So at the top of I think at the top they had the the pre-Grammy celebrations, and then right underneath they were Whitney Houston was dead in the bathtub. And Ray J was screaming, "They got her! They got her! They!" Right? So they got her. They finally got Whitney. They finally got her. So Ray J is up on game. They are all up in game. They know eventually their numbers will be called. And so why in the world would you do this? Why would you sell your soul, for fortune and fame, knowing that they can take you out at any time? And this is going to be an eye opening, because this is 2020, where people's eyes open, 2020 vision. This is going to be something that we're going to see some of these Hollywood people fall back, right? You already seen it from the prince, right? And Megan, the princess Megan and the Prince Harry. What did they just do? They fell back, right? Because rumors were going around that Megan was going to be sacrificed, and all of a sudden they fall back and they remove themselves from the royal family. You're going to see that. You're going to see people fall back now, because now that they know that they got Kobe at 41, wow, they could get me at any time. And I think you're going to see a lot of NBA players that have sold out, sold their souls, did deals with the devil, or taking the oath of Baphomet, or whatever the case may be. You're gonna probably see some of them fall back, because now they're like, "Yo, this ain't for me." If you can take Kobe Bryant, you can surely take me. And I'm not a legend, right? Or if you're LeBron James, you're thinking, oh, they took Kobe at 41. They could take me at any time, right? And so, like, LeBron's got to be thinking as well, you know, yeah, LeBron's got to be scared right now, because as you can see, the elites ain't playing around. The cabal is not playing around. It don't matter if you're friends with Nike. It don't matter if you're friends with Adidas. It don't matter if you're friends with multiple companies. You know, they will sacrifice you at any time. They don't care. And that's the problem, right? You want to believe that satanic people care. That it's just not going to work. It will never work that way. I mean, you want to talk about satanic people? You look what they did to Michael Jackson. Look what they did to Whitney Houston, and then they partied on the next level, throwing a party over while she's dead in the bathtub. These people do not care. They kill Prince, and then they throw a royal purple birthday party, I think, for the Queen, literally the same day. It was on the same day, or the same weekend. It was weird. Like they already knew he was gonna die or something. You know, they had Barack Obama and Michelle Obama were there, I believe, and some other people were there in a royal purple celebration for the Queen, and at the same time as they're celebrating, Prince is dead. You can't make this stuff up. That's how wicked these people are. And if we don't wake up to that, then we're always this is gonna happen over and over and over again, and people won't even care. Same thing with Robin Williams, right before the MTV Music Movie Awards. It's like they do it on purpose, so then they can celebrate you, have somebody to celebrate that night or something. It's crazy. We see it all the time. Didn't the guy from what was his name? Was it James Witherspoon? Didn't he die before a award show? Right? Wasn't the guy from Friday, right? The father from Friday. Like all these people are dying before award shows, and then they celebrate them on the award show, and no one seems to have a problem with it, like it's normal. Everybody's dying before award shows, and no one cares, and no one sees the pattern, and no one really cares about the pattern, right? So it's just weird. These are all sacrifices, In my humble opinion, these are all sacrifices. Because you can't tell me Kobe Bryant just mysteriously just dies, in a helicopter crash on the same day as the Grammys. You can't tell me Whitney Houston just dies on the same day as the Grammys or the Grammy pre-party. You can't tell me Nipsey Hussle just dies, a day or two after the Grammys. It seems like everybody's dying right after, or before award shows, but no one cares. No one seems to be able to put those two things together. And when you do put those two things together, they tell you, "Oh, you're just overthinking." But everybody keeps dying during award shows, or right after award shows, and then they're being honored at these award shows, and these people that are honoring them, and these executives that are honoring them already know they were sacrificed, and yet they're making the public believe it's a sad thing and all this stuff. And yes, it's a sad thing for us because we don't know that they know that they're being sacrificed. It's not sad for them, they're celebrating because now they're going to be marketing them as legends and icons, and making tons of money off of their shoes. Kobe Bryant shoes is going to sell out everywhere. Every pair of Kobe Bryant shoes will be sold out. All his jerseys will be sold out. And guess who makes the money? The Zionists, the satanic Zionists that sacrificed him. They make all the money. Who made all the money on Michael Jackson? It wasn't the people. It was the labels, the Zionist labels. The satanic labels, Hollywood satanic people that sacrifice these people are the ones who make all of the money. Who's fighting over the estate of Prince? Lawyers and record labels and stuff, trying to keep all his stuff away from his own family members. Who would do that unless you're evil? But this is what they are. Michael Jackson called them out. Right? Michael Jackson called them out several times. Prince called them out. It seems like so many people have called these executives and producers in Hollywood and all these satanic Zionist people in Hollywood. Many people have called these people out. And yet everybody goes silent and say, "No, that's not true." Taylor Swift just called them out, right? Called out her producers, executives, and that they're holding her music and all these things. They're controlling her. You can't do anything. These are the people. And yet people like look at it and go, "Oh, Taylor Swift's just being hard and being hard headed, and Taylor Swift's just being naive. Michael Jackson's just making stuff up. There ain't no devils in Hollywood. He's just making stuff up." It's crazy, man. It's crazy that we love the music, but then when they talk about real stuff, people just turn the other way, and people don't believe them anymore. But yet you see it every single year. Everybody dies during award shows. And you guys can't, and people can't put two to two together of what's going on. Why are so many famous people dying around award shows every single year? And the people can't put it together. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable where we're so brainwashed. And I'm hoping that 2020 we start to open our eyes and say something's not right here. Something's not right about Hollywood. Something's not right about the way Hollywood treats people. Something's not right about the way Hollywood conducts itself. Something's not right about the rituals. Something's not right about the Bohemian Grove and all of these things that we're seeing. Something's not right when I see almost every single actor or artist wear black and white in every interview. Something isn't right when they're all throwing up satanic symbols. Something isn't right. When is society going to wake up and say something isn't right and it needs to change now? I'm hoping it's this year, the year of the year 2020 vision, right? And so we just say prayers to Kobe Bryant's family and friends, and it's a perfect time to find Yeshua. It's a perfect time to find Jesus Christ and come out of Hollywood. And some people are going to actually do that. Some people are actually going to see this and they go, I could be next. I can be, if they're going to get Kobe at 41, I could be next. And it's going to change people's lives. This is going to change some people's lives. All right. So some people are going to realize that they can be next. There's plenty more award shows this year. Somebody's going to die in the next one, and then the next one, and then the next one. And they know that, hey, ticking time bomb. Right. One of the comedians says, no one gets out of Hollywood alive. No one. So just think about that, right? You're either gonna be in Hollywood and you're gonna go into and you're gonna be sacrificed eventually, or you're gonna come out of Hollywood and you're gonna become nothing. Basically, you're gonna go back to being nobody. There is no in between, apparently, right? And that's the sad part. That's really sad. But anyways, we pray for their families. We pray for his wife and children, and everybody, all his close friends, and the NBA family. And we just understand that this is not the elites ain't playing around. We all think this is a joke, right? We think there's symbols and they all cover their eyes and the eye of horror and all this stuff. We think it's a big joke. They're not playing around, right? They're not playing around. The elites don't play around. The society thinks this is a joke. Oh yeah, they cover our eyes. Yeah, it's a big joke. The elites don't play around at all. When Benny goes to those meetings, if you guys know who Benny is, when he goes to those, they don't play around. It's all business, right? I think we as society need to realize that these people aren't playing around. They will kill your most famous people, the people you love. They will kill them like that if they want. If they could. I mean, they can, as you can see. They can kill them like that. They can sacrifice them like that, and they're gone. And then all you have is legacy. All you have is memories. So let's stop playing around because they're not playing around. You know. So it's time for society to stop playing around and realize that these things are happening, and they're going to continue to happen until we tell Hollywood no more, no more. All right. So, anyways, that's it. That's all I have to say. And R.I.P. to Kobe Bryant. Legends never die. They stay in our hearts. And man, it's a tough day. I saw some people crying on YouTube already, and it's a tough day, man. Yeah, the news broke when I was doing my first Patreon video, so I was in there. I was like, man, this is crazy. I can't believe this. But and as you can see, TMZ was the first one to announce it. So TMZ knew that he was gonna pass. I guarantee TMZ knew he was gonna pass. Just like they knew Whitney Houston was gonna pass. Just like they know when a whole bunch of people are gonna pass. Because they are the satanic media of Hollywood. And so they know when somebody's going to be sacrificed or killed, and they're right there to make sure it happens. And then when it happens, they then go and broadcast it, and then the producers and the handlers and the boule and all these people say, "All right, it's done." You guys keep playing around and thinking this is a game and funny, but they're not. They're not. And that's the thing that I'm trying to tell people. There's not a game to them. This is business. Anyways, eyes open, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Shalom.